Arena 14's released January 13th. I'm right here. One of the competitors, Elyse Shaw. Elyse, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. Really looking forward to this weekend, especially coming off of Fury. So I'm ready to go again.
And we were just talking. We met very briefly at Fury. So let me ask you, how was that experience overall? Unfortunately, it didn't, the decision didn't go your way, but it was a great match nonetheless.
Yeah, I think it's like a little easier to stomach when it's a decision rather than getting submitted. But I've done, big competitions, but that's probably the biggest stage I've ever been on. And it was a really, really good experience. And it was a great match. It actually was a rematch, but I would absolutely be willing to run it back again.
Maybe in the arena cage?
Yeah, I actually already talked to her about that. I was like, I
Oh,
think
yeah?
that format would be pretty cool for us to do it again, like give it some time.
Yeah,
And
sure.
then in the future, yeah, I think that type of format would be really good for both of us. We're both submission hunters. So, at the end of that match, I was like, oh shit, it's already been 6 minutes. It was crazy.
Yeah, those matches were flying by, especially because like every match was a different duration. So it was like, wait, that one was 6 minutes, but the one before it was like 8 minutes. So yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah,
a weird night. So hopefully we can get you guys 15 full minutes inside of arena
absolutely.
someday. But before that, Sydney Lehman, what are your thoughts on her overall?
Um, so this is the second time I've been in arena and I've accepted matches at like a higher weight class just because I want matches. You know what I mean? So I've not ever competed against her before because we're in different weight classes usually. I've trained with her a long time ago at an open mat, but I'm friendly with the people at their gym. I really love them. And I think that'll make it an even more fun match because we do know each other. And we're not afraid to go for it. You know what I mean?
Hey, arena, we have some grudge matches. We also have some very friendly matches, and I'm a fan of both of them equally. Just having trained with her a long time before, knowing her, knowing Midworld, what do you think of her style? How do you think it's going to match up against yours in there?
I think because she's seen me compete a little bit, I'm not really going to get the jump on her with anything like, people know that I like to do flying arm bars. It's pretty clear. I put it all over my Instagram. You know what I mean? So, but I think that she's more of a bottom player, which is fine from what I've seen, because I've been trying to be on top more. So I think it'll be a good like clash of styles. Um, she did just go against my teammate at the last arena. So
Didn't put that together.
yeah, I gotta check that match out. I actually haven't even watched it yet, but I need to watch that and see how that went.
Oh, so there's a little bit of avenging in this match, huh?
Yeah, it's both. It's like friendly and grudge match. Same thing. So
That's even better. We get the best of both worlds. And I know
yeah.
Sydney. Sydney's a nice girl too, but it's going to
Oh,
be a
she's
good
great.
match. It's going to be a good match. I'm very excited for this one. And last time she made her debut at her gym in Midworld. Now she's got to go on the road. So have you ever been to MPR before? What are your thoughts there?
I have not been to NPR. I actually think it's awesome that these are at different gyms now. Getting that experience is really cool. So because I own Riverfront, I have less time to travel. Like I'd like to hit up all these open mats and stuff and go to all these gyms. I just can't all the time. So
You
being
got a
able to go,
host.
yeah. So, oh, I'll just be like, excuse me, guys, I need to build a cage real quick. Can you hope you don't
Well,
mind?
no, I didn't mean host arena. I meant host like open mats and stuff. That's why you can't go to other
Yeah, yeah,
ones.
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I did a women's open mat but stuff like that, right? We do riverfront fights, we do events and stuff, but this is great because I can finally get to NPR. We know people from there, like Jillian, you know what I mean? I've been friendly with her forever. So it'll be nice to go to their home and see what it's like.
And then let's talk about Riverfront because doing my research, I was like, oh yeah, she owns Riverfront BJJ. So how's your guys' atmosphere there? Like, what's the vibe when you walk in the doors?
So we're super protective of our culture. I take pride in that. It's really welcoming to anybody of any skill level, right? So we're very, I don't want to call it family friendly, but if you're nervous to start jujitsu, this is where you want to be, right? We produce competitors fine, but we're not like that meathead gym where you walk in and you're intimidated right away and you're like, maybe this isn't for me, right? Everyone's saying hi to you. This is a great place to learn and then still be able to like go to work tomorrow. So we kind of best of both worlds, really welcoming. That's our main, crowd. And then we do have some high level competitors. One of the other guys, Nick Mancini's on the card with me. So
And yeah, I was just gonna ask, like, can you name drop some people you guys train with, just for those who don't follow the sport very closely?
I mean,
There's a lot.
like Eric Naples is always, trains with us and Jess Bermudez. They're people who are higher level that I like to, that I train with. Um, I'm like drawing a blank now. It's like I own the gym. You think I would know, but
Sorry, everyone does that. I'm like, yo, can you name some names? They're like, yeah, or like sponsors. They're like, yeah. But
Like maybe no, yeah.
no, you don't need to
I
be
mean,
put on the spot.
no, I mean we have a lot of black belts that come in. It's not necessarily always competitors that are coming in, you know what I mean? But we have higher level people that like to trap that I guess would be like nomads of the sport and they come to us a lot, which is really cool because then we get a lot of different experience. And then we let, people teach and stuff. And it's great because then our members are exposed to all different styles and not just, our coaches. So it's cool.
So, 2024, we're 3 days in now. This is the first arena card of the year. So let me ask you, like, professionally in your jiu-jitsu career, like, what goals do you have for yourself in 2024?
So competing for me, this was never like an intentional thing. So this is the first year where I'm like, I could really like I'm already picking up a lot of matches. So now I do have more goals, or before it was more like, oh, this is fun. I'll compete until I feel like I don't want to do it anymore. But now, especially owning the gym, it's like, no, this is something I really enjoy doing and I have goals. So I would say again to be on Fury, bigger cards like that. I don't do a lot of IBJJF, but I'm doing it. So to medal in that would be a goal of mine for sure if I'm going to spend my time doing it, right? I want to actually medal. And I've been a purple belt for 6 months. So the competition's pretty tough, when you go out to things like that. But I think absolutely medaling and that would be ideal. And then just doing bigger things like this, like arena, Fury, fight to win, things like that. Just being on bigger stages and getting better matches with people who aren't from around here because I'm sure, it's hard to get women matches as it is and my size. So I usually end up fighting up in weight or down in age or whatever. And like I'm 33. I don't necessarily always want to fight a 15-year-old. You know
Sure.
what I mean? But we're the
No,
same size. So
no, I get that. I know Kat from Droogs obviously goes through the same thing with matches too. It's hard. It's hard to find matches.
exactly. Right. Like I don't want 10 matches with Amanda, even though they'd be fun, but like, you got to
Exactly.
spread it out a little bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to go up against the same person that many times either. I imagine that's very frustrating. But arena, hopefully we can find you some opponents, and if that is the case, willingly. What goals do you have in arena for 2024? Because they're talking about bringing belts around, live cards. So where would you like to be with the promotion?
Oh, that's exciting. Um, I think this is a good format for accepting matches that aren't exactly your belt level. You know what I mean? Because it's a different format. So I think that would really be cool to test myself. So the last one I went 2-1. So you won, the first one, I won the second one, but I think like a full blowout would be amazing. I'm just trying to win. You know what I mean? Like all of them in very exciting fashion. Like the back and forth is cool. And I like that you have all that time, but it's like, no, I want to like be dominant and,
Oh, sure.
win first two and be like, now have me back.
I don't think any competitor is complaining about getting very quick wins either. So
No. But I think even in the cage, it's a lot cooler. So I think over the next year, especially if I'm back on the card, I think training specifically for that would be ideal because I really liked using the cage. I use it a little bit. I would say is a little against me. You know what I mean? Sue Yi was
sure.
using it a little to her advantage and like smushing me up against it. And I was like, oh shit, this isn't something I really had to consider before. So now, taking that all into consideration, it can make it a lot more fun.
Oh yeah, I love the cage. It's a great new aspect of grappling. It's very very fun. Adds a whole new level. And then Elyse, I don't know if you've heard, but did you see the news of like the big arena card main event that's coming up in February?
I did. I just saw that, which is very exciting.
Dantzler and Krikorian. Yeah, what are your thoughts on that
Yeah.
one?
Oh, I think it's going to be, well, you saw the last Kevin Dantzler match, right?
Yep.
And what everyone's complaining about. I don't think that's exactly going to be a problem for Keith. You know what I mean? So it's going to be a completely different match, super fast paced. It's going to be really exciting, especially with the cage thrown in there, right? Yeah, that's going to be really exciting.
Were you still in the building for the main event last weekend?
I was not.
Did you watch it back or anything?
Yeah, we watched it as soon as we got home. We don't live that far from Philly,
Right.
so like as soon as we got home, we put it back on and we watched it. It was so weird.
It was hilarious, to be honest, just because like just being there, Aljamain would like start complaining to a crowd member, like looking for like reassurance. The crowd member every time would be like, "Pass his guard." It was it was so funny. It was so funny. No, I don't think
from everybody.
yeah, I don't think Keith is gonna have any problem with engaging there. Not at all.
No, and that's the thing. That's why I like this promotion or what we're doing, when we do Riverfront fights, we're trying to find that rule set. And so is Arena where you just create exciting matches. And no matter what, obviously things happen. You know what I mean? People don't want to lose. They're trying to play it to their strengths or whatever. But that's really why I like Arena is because it's all action. right? Like you're both trying to submit each other. There is no getting out. I mean, I guess there is at the end of overtime, but by that time it's, you're dead. So
Right. Yeah, and you're locked in a cage. It's a very it's a unique set of rules for sure. And then Elyse, last thing for me before I get you out of here, people seeing you on OnlyFans and UFC Fight Pass for the Fury, people watching you on Arena Plus subscribers, people watching the interview. Anything you want to say to all your fans? If so, take it away. The mic is yours.
um not exactly. Like I said, I never really thought I'd get into competing. So support from anybody that is watching my matches now is really awesome. I'm trying to make it exciting. I try to make my matches what I want to watch in jiu-jitsu. So I'm hoping that, I can at least bring that to the people that are watching, and hopefully over the next year, on different stages, they see a lot more of that. And I know people are expecting, the arm bars from me. I promise you, I know more jiu-jitsu than that.
Hey, if we get to see a flying armbar, I won't be complaining anyways. But ladies and gentlemen, Arena 14 goes down January 13th, and Elyse Shaw looks to start off her 2024 in the win column. Elyse, thank you so much for your time, and kick some ass, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you. And I'll see you then.